Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell from the title of today's video, I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about all of the books that I got for my birthday from friends or ones that I purchased myself, as well as the library books that I hauled recently. I didn't want to do two separate hauls. I honestly don't really enjoy doing like books I purchased hauls because one, I've just been really curbing the amount of books that I am purchasing this year. I really want to get to reading all of the books that I have behind me. I have like 100 on that shelf that I have not read that I really need to get to. But I did want to show some of the gifts that you guys got me and just talk to you guys about them and tell you why I borrowed them from the library or, you know, why I purchased them, whatever the reason may be, obviously, because I feel like haul videos are also kind of nice if whoever is purchasing them is talking about why they wanted to read them instead of just being like, I got this book and I'm really happy about it and that's it. So I really like haul videos. Personally, I like to watch them if I know I get a little bit more information about the book and maybe I want to purchase it, or maybe it's something that I want to borrow from the library, whatever it may be. So I'm going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about all the books I got for my birthday as well as my library haul. I'm actually going to start with the library haul first. The first book that I got is actually Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is a book that I know nothing about. I will list all of these books down below if you guys want more Goodreads information on them, but this is a book by an author that I have recently fallen in love with, or authors that I have recently fallen in love with. Christina Lauren is actually an author duo, and from what I have heard, this book is not only cute, but also like the perfect like adult contemporary romance that I need in my life, and I'm really excited to read it. I know the thing that really piqued my interest about this book is it does kind of tell chapter by chapter, but each chapter is a little bit, it's done a little bit differently because it's a bit of a flashback. So we go present day and then we flash back to the past and then present day and then past. And I'm actually kind of really excited to see if I enjoy that writing style. But Christina Lauren does a great job of writing books that I'm really interested in, that I'm really engaged with. And this sounds, from what I've heard from the very, very sparse reviews I have read, sounds like something that I'm really going to enjoy. Now, the next book I have here is actually one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and it would be Deceived by Paul S. Kemp. This is a Star Wars book. As you guys know, I've been really into the Old Republic. I've been really into Star Wars recently. I haven't actually been able to play over the last couple of weeks, and I'm actually really upset about that. But I do truly, truly love the Star Wars novels. I really also love just Star Wars in general. It's one of my favorite franchises, and I'm really excited to read this. This is once again an Old Republic book, and it does follow a Sith main character. I don't really want to ruin anything, so like I said, I'll list the Goodreads link down below for it, but also for anybody who is asking, because I've been getting a lot of questions about this. In each of these Star Wars books, there's actually kind of a breakdown of how to read them. There are obviously hundreds of books in the Star Wars universe that have been written, so if you want to get a little bit more information, you want to delve a little bit further, it does kind of break things down for you in the beginning of the book. It goes over what's Old Republic, you know, things like that, so you can kind of figure out where you want to start, what you're most interested in, and then how to read it in chronological order. So I do really enjoy that, and I cannot wait to read this. Now, the next book that I have here is actually a recommendation from Bow Ties and Books. This is a book that I actually had on a list of books that I thought I would never ever read, but they were raving about it on Twitter. We were talking about it through text, and I think it's just time for me to pick it up. It would be The Bells. This is a book that, once again, I said I never ever wanted to read, but from what I have heard, this is more of a lush environment. It's a lot about girls trying to essentially make their way up the ranks, and I'm really kind of actually interested in this right now. And like I said, I've heard that it's very, very beautifully written. It really makes you picture what's happening. It makes you picture the setting, and it's very lush and decadent, and that just sounds wonderful to me. I've been really into books that are well written in the sense of you can kind of picture things as it's happening, and that is what I'm really looking forward to in this book. Oh, and I forgot to say, The Bells essentially follow girls who are revered for their beauty. Beauty is power, essentially, in this world. I thought I should probably spit that out before I just moved on to the next book. And the next book I have here that I got from the library is actually also in my Contemporary-a-thon TBR. I will list it in the eye up above as well as down below for you guys, but it'd be Autobiography, once again by Christina Lauren. This is a book about a young boy who has come out of the closet, and he lived in California, and he's just living his best life. He's trying to do like the author thing, and he actually moves to Utah with his family and kind of goes back into the closet and starts reserving himself again. And he goes on a Mormon writing retreat, and he actually starts falling in love with the boy who kind of runs it, who is a staunch Mormon. And I'm really excited to read this because, one, I really like the retreat setting in books for some reason. I think it's because I went to a lot of camps when I was younger, and it was something that I really got to experience. So I really like that kind of atmosphere, and I'm hoping I'll really like this book because of it. But from what I've heard, this is also just an adorable love story, as well as sort of like a coming of age and coming out kind of story. See what I did there? So I'm really excited to read this as well. And once again, this is another book by Christina Lauren, whose writing style I already know that I love. So I'm really excited to see how they do with a YA contemporary. All right, now we're gonna get into the books that I got for my birthday. Now, these books were either sent to me from a friend or they are ones that I purchased. But the first one that I have here is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. Once again, this is in my Contemporary-a-thon TBR. As well as her main character, she is trying to live in her father's footsteps. He is a famous rapper in the community that they live in, and she wants to follow in his footsteps, but not because it's him per se, but it's because it's something that she really cares about, while also trying to balance getting into college and appeasing her mom and things like that. Now, Angie Thomas is a phenomenal writer. I love the books that she writes. I love just her as a person as well. I think she does really well with characters, and I don't know any other author who will literally create their characters on The Sims and play it on Twitch. Angie Thomas in a nutshell. So this is actually a book that I got with a gift card that my roommate got me for my birthday. So I didn't spend any money on it, which is a bigger bonus, but I'm really excited to read this. If you guys want to follow along for Contemporary-a-thon, my Twitter is always linked down below. I'm going to be doing updates on Twitter as I go, as well as I will be vlogging it this week as well. And the next book I have here is also on my Contemporary-a-thon TBR, and this does deal with a little bit heavier content, but it would be Summerbird Blue by Kimi Dawn Bowman. This is a book, once again, that I purchased with my Amazon gift card, and I'm really excited to have. This is a book that follows our main character. She just knows that she wants to make music with her sister, and then one day her sister dies, and it's something that she knew was going to be like a lifelong thing for her. But unfortunately, with the passing of her sister, her life is kind of turned upside down, and she's trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life, how things are going to go, what her plan is. And I'm really excited to read this because Akimi does a really, really great job of just painting the world. She is my go-to author when it comes to very, very vividly descriptive writing where you can kind of picture how things are happening, as well as she writes heartbreak very, very well. So I'm really excited to have this and really excited to read it. All right, and the next two books that I have here were actually sent to me by Beck. I will list her YouTube channel down below, as well as her Twitter and all the other information you need to contact her. She's also a fellow YouTuber and one of my very, very best friends, and she sent me two of the best books anybody could have sent me. So the first one she sent me is The Wicked Deep. As you guys know, I really liked this book. I read this book this year, and it was not the book that I really thought it was going to be. It's about these girls who kind of come back after being murdered years and years and years ago, and they inhabit bodies of other girls to essentially siren song men into the sea as a form of revenge. Now, I did borrow this from the library and I read it in Kindle form, but I'm so glad to have it. I think I gave it 3.5, almost 4 stars, but I really liked it. I mean, it's slightly predictable, but still a good story, and I liked the twists and turns that it had. But what really gets me for this book is the atmosphere. So thank you, Beck, for sending this to me. You know I love you. Now, the last book I have here is a book that I have been wanting since it came out. I keep seeing it everywhere, and I'm super sad that I don't have it, but now I do, and I have it in hardback form, and I'm just so excited. It would be The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This is a book that it's in a series. It's the third in the series, so I'm not really going to go over too much of what this one is about, but essentially it follows our main character. She is on this journey of being essentially thrown into the middle of a war between two gods. One is war, one is death, and it's just, oh my God. So there are these little gods essentially that kind of protect the hearth, protect the home, protect the farm, protect your animals, that kind of thing. And she is able to communicate and see them, and other people are not. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it for description. But oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited to have this. That is a series that I fell in love with in 2018. And I am so excited to have this. And I am really looking forward to Contemporary-a-thon, but I'm really, really looking forward to being able to read this in a couple of weeks, because I cried when I got this in the mail, because this is a book that, given the situation I'm currently in, I could not get myself. But I'm very glad that somebody thought to get it for me, knowing that I love it, because I know Beck likes this series too. So I'm really excited to have this, and it's just so gorgeous, and it's in hardcover, and I cry. I cry. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. Those are all the books that I have either gotten from the library or received as gifts this year. I mean, it has been this year so far, right? I haven't gotten any other books from the library. So really in the month of mid-January to now here in February. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you want to read any of these, if you want to try to buddy read them, whatever it may be. But I hope you guys are having an excellent day, and I will see you guys in Friday's video.